Good evening, vampires, and welcome to another V-Rising video. By popular demand, this is how to use your admin commands to become the eyes in the sky, to overwatch your server, and ensure you don't interfere in fights but can watch them happening. I'm going to go through just a few commands that are reliable and that give you invisibility as well as invulnerability and the inability to affect the environment around you. This is going to be especially useful at the start of the game so you can follow game progress for shoutcasting and for recording and to watch what people are doing for speedrunning, and it's just interesting, to be honest. So obviously the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to options. We're gonna enable the console. Once you have console enabled, you're gonna go to adminauth. That's going to give you administrative privileges on the server as long as your Steam ID is tagged to admin inside of, let's say, gportal, because this is mostly going to be for gportal. Now we want to do some interesting things, right? We want to do some important things that are going to give us the ability to not affect the game world. So we're going to toggle observe 1. That's going to make us invisible and invulnerable. We can no longer use our weapon. We can run through walls. We can see everything that's happening around us, and we cannot be infected by the environment or affected. Monsters will not aggro onto us, and players will not hit us. That's going to be one of your most important commands. Next, we're going to want to bind. Let's see. Let's try G. To teleport player to mouse position and then my name. Now when I push G, I can teleport around the map. You can see how this could be very useful for moving quickly around the map. You can see inside people's castles. You can run around. No one can see you or hear you. Oh, I apologize. They can still hear you, so you want to only use your button to teleport. Teleporting makes no noises, but as you can hear, if I use WASD, I can still be heard. So that will throw people off, especially if they're listening and it's a competitive environment. But now to the next commands, which are very, very interesting. These are going to help you move around the map very quickly. So we're going to type into chat, teleport to chunk waypoint. There's some presets here that are mostly the waypoints that are around the map that players use to teleport, but I've actually written down all of the most important chunk waypoints in the game. So we're going to go to 1010. No, teleport to chunk 1010, excuse me. The waypoints are going to be the actual waypoints. So this is copper mine, which is obviously, right now we're using G still to move around, and you can bind that to anything. We're using G to see some of the most important places on the map, especially for early game. Next up, we've got, of course, a very important one, 1112. This is going to be Quincey. Alright, so we teleport around. We're at Quincey. Look how fast you can move. You can see everything that's happening. You can sit on the side. You can see everyone killing each other. You can also give yourself bat form and a number of other interesting things to help you get a perspective and move about the map. I mean, we have all of these, right? So I have Quincey. You know, we have Clive. So once the server starts and you're the admin and everyone's running around the map, going from the waygates, you know, to Alpha Wolf, to Clive, to Quincey, to Keeley, to Rufus, to Errol, you can just move around and you can watch and record all the fights. You could see how if you had a shoutcaster who had access to all these teleports, you would be able to get a lot done and see all the best parts of the map. You can also teleport to player, and then you could just choose someone who's online or on the server, and you could teleport to them and they wouldn't know that you had done that. So you can move around and you can also watch people and see their item levels. So you'll be able to get a lot done. So we'll go ahead and teleport to a player really quick just to demonstrate that. So we'll do Aura. So Aura is out in Brighthaven at the moment, if I had to guess. Yeah, Silverlight, so he's right next to Brighthaven. So you could just follow him, right? You could keep teleporting to him. You can hear what he's doing. So here he is, he's running around Brighthaven. You could just choose players that you think are interesting and that have made names for themselves. Players that are fighting consistently, you'll watch out for. You can check out their base progress, and you can see their level, as I just did with Aura. You can also give yourself things to give out as prizes. So let's go ahead and teleport to Octavian. Right, so someone's here. This is actually interesting. There's a horse, there's someone looting, there's bags on the ground. Someone was recently here, died or made some accomplishments. But let's go back into our base. And we'll turn off toggle observe. And so now we're back. And what we could do is we could give set, and then we could just do hats. So we've given ourselves some hats in our inventory here. Obviously there's a lot. I think I actually ran out of inventory space, and they're so interesting and beautiful. This one I actually earned from Tristan for fighting the vampire earlier, but there's just a lot of really cool hats in the game. You can give those out as prizes. You can drop them on the ground and say, you know, whoever, and let the server know that they're there via the system chat. I find the Scarecrow Mask to be one of the best in the game. Obviously the Scarecrow is the hidden boss. Very dangerous. Undead General. The crown is gorgeous. Knight's helmet. I mean, you just have a lot of really cool things within the game world. Some of them are rare drops, some of them you buy for silver coins. Some of them are in the game, but they're not even obtainable yet. That one's pretty cool. I really like the bear. I really like the bear. And so you can do this with any number of things. You can give yourself the hidden sets like the bandit set. And here's something that I found that was interesting. I was looking through the admin logs. I mean, you can do something involving commands here. It lets you know right when you join the server, right when you give yourself admin privileges. It tries to help you to understand all the different commands. And it tries to fill in the gaps for you. So, no, help isn't one. I think we can do list. So list will give us a list of options, right? And there's so many things, and you can really teach yourself pretty quick. Madness. And I'm going to go ahead and put stupidity into the chat here, into the details below the YouTube, just a list of a bunch of the teleport locations so everyone can use it and move around the map and check it out. But the map is a grid, you know, with your X and Y, and so you can kind of figure it out pretty quick which chunks are where. Obviously, this is the hidden zone that's not quite out yet. That's all snow. And so, but here's something that I wanted to show you guys that I thought was really interesting. Let me scroll up and find it really fast. Excuse me. All right, here it is. Okay, so we found this in the logs, and we activated a hunt within Dunley Monastery. So this is very interesting. We think that it's going to make an area a hotspot on the map to encourage PvP. And it might have special drops, or make the monsters there harder, or turn everything in the area to a werewolf. We were kind of speculating and trying to figure it out. If you all know, please let us know. There's a lot of very interesting things in the logs and in the admin files, as well as buried within the game. Obviously with the hidden sets like the bandit set, there's stuff that we just haven't seen yet and we don't know how to get. That's very interesting, but I really liked that one. It reminded me a lot of Battlerite. And so let me just drop some of this on the ground really fast to make room. And I'll show you guys the bandit set. Let me put mine back on that I earned, and I'll just drop the rest of these, and those will expire here before, you know, the 12 hours is up. So here's the bandit set, which I really like. It's not anything particularly special, but it is a drop, so you wouldn't have to get it. And it just kind of looks cool. It's just very interesting. Also, this cape, I'd never seen it before today, but I'd actually found that inside of a chest in the game world, so that's a really cool cape. But that's basically the end of the video. I just wanted to showcase some commands and how to move about the world and be able to do esports casting and watch as your server wipes and the players just move across the world in interesting ways. It helps you discover new strategies and plans and follow those who get ahead fast and stay ahead, as well as stay close to all the PvP fights. Obviously, you need to trust your admins. They have a lot of power, so don't give anyone admin powers that you don't know. Stay safe out there, vampires. Please like, subscribe, rate, leave comments and constructive criticism, and I'll catch you all next time for the next V-Rising video.